All right. Welcome back to my backup plan. It's been a little while. I went on vacation, took a little break from basically everything productive, including this channel. But we're back. We're back, and I'm excited because today we're going to talk about the new DC show, Lanterns, Episode 1. This episode was directed by James Hawes, someone I've frankly never heard of. I'm going to dig into their work after this because, gotta say, like what I got. This pilot was pretty strong in my opinion. Um, Lanterns stars Kyle Chandler as Hal Jordan. I know him from Friday Night Lights. Great football show. You should watch it. Also, where we got Michael B. Jordan. And Aaron Pierre as John Stewart. And the basic premise of the show, at least up to this point, is John Stewart, in some way, has been named as a trainee for the Green Lantern program should something happen to Hal Jordan. And I'll just be honest, I'm not very familiar with Green Lantern, like story, Green Lantern comics, anything like that. The most exposure I have to Green Lantern is from the Justice League animated show from the early 2000s and the Green Lantern movie starring Ryan Reynolds. One of those interpretations I really liked. The other one was kind of horrible. And to this day, Ryan Reynolds makes jokes about, which have not gotten tired at all. Anyway, so this first episode very much just sets up the premise of the show. Like I said, introducing John Stewart, showing us Hal Jordan, this really cocky Green Lantern who's a little bit weathered, but we don't know why. He has a smug attitude, but man, Kyle Chandler plays that part really well. Um, so that was honestly probably my favorite part of the episode was just seeing Kyle Chandler be a dick and John Stewart just kind of like a much like straighter version. Like he's our straight man. Just he's there to do the job. He's trying to learn, but he's running out of patience with his mentor. Um, all while they're in Nebraska because Hal Jordan has a feeling that there's aliens involved somehow. And they're basically dealing with a murder mystery at this point. The town seems to think this was just people doing evil things, such as shooting people. But Hal has a feeling that this is somehow deeper than that. Um, he doesn't really explain his feelings. He's very much like a shoot from the hip kind of guy. So you just take his word for it. And of course, that creates a little bit of tension between the police force there and his mentee, John Stewart, not understanding why he thinks it's aliens when all signs point to it being humans. I don't really consider any of that a spoiler. That is very basic premise for a pilot. It's very much setting up the overall series story and plot line, if I had to guess. So, all right. So I know a lot of people were put off when the trailers came out at the lack of green, the color palette overall. Um, I got to be honest. For me, it went a little bit backwards. The original trailer that everyone had a somewhat mixed reception to, I really liked. Maybe it was just seeing Kyle Chandler as Hal Jordan. I don't know. But I really liked the fact that it was this really grounded story, murder mystery. Even though the Green Lanterns are a very cosmic, galactic like character, so that worked for me. And then as the later trailers came out, I actually found myself becoming less excited. Um, they start showing more Green Lantern stuff, and obviously that's what you're there for, right? You want to see the powers. It's a very cool character. You can do anything you can imagine, practically, right? Um, but I started feeling like, oh, are we just like, is this just gonna be a CGI fest? Are we just gonna like forget the deeper narrative here? But this pilot put my worries to rest, I think. It's a very strong pilot, and I very much like the chemistry between our two leads. I'm very intrigued to see where the story goes based on the first episode and how it ends. And it's got me hungry for more. Now, anyone who knows me knows I kind of notoriously hate week to week episode releases. I don't know what that's about. I find it really difficult to stick with things and if I fall behind, I have a hard time catching up. But when things drop all at once and I'm excited for it, I can just binge it and I get really invested in that. I absolutely understand why studios choose to do the episodic release. The show stays relevant longer. It gets talked about. It stays in your brain longer. I will not deny any of that. Just as a personal preference, that is totally illogical. Week to week just makes me impatient, but I'm going to do my best to stick with this week to week, talk about it week to week because I think it'll be fun, and learn more about Green Lantern. Um, I thought Superman from James Gunn was a home run. I thought Supergirl was a colossal failure. So far, Lanterns is on the right track. So I'm excited to see where this goes. Let me know if you watched it. What did you think of Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart's dynamic? That was personally my favorite part of the show so far. But let me know. Check it out. It's on HBO Max. From what I hear, Guy Gardner from Superman is supposed to be appearing in it at some point. So I'm excited for some more Nathan Fillion. Who doesn't like him? But yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Trying to get our sub count up, our view count up, so we can just talk to more people, reach a broader audience. Thanks. Bye.